Well, hello everybody. This is Etta, and I gotta tell you for the past what happened to me on the past week. You see this? Oh, Snaggletooth Granny now. Call me Snaggletooth. See that? Yep. Well, what happened was before Christmas here, I had a real throbbing toothache. And I called the dentist up and I told him I had a real throbbing toothache. And it was on Wednesday. And he was completely filled up. And he said they couldn't see me until Monday. But meanwhile, he sent down for some antibiotics because I told him that it was really throbbing. And he said that was because of infection and stuff. So anyway, he sent me down to get some antibiotics and told me to start taking those antibiotics. And he said, have you got pain pills? And I said, oh yes, I take hydrocodone all the time. I keep those pain pills, that's for my back. So I said, I take them, and they said, well, that's good enough. That's about as good as you can get for your pain for your tooth too. So anyway, I took them. But lo and behold, you remember, well, you don't remember, you don't live here, but on Sunday and Sunday night and when Monday came, we had about 2 or 3 inches of pure ice out there with about 3 or 4 inches of snow. And that ice is the one that everybody was slipping and sliding. And on the news they said, please stay off of the roads. If you don't have to be there, don't get on the roads because we're having one. The police are very busy. They're going from one fender bender to the next. And my dentist, and this out here where we live, is kind of, on hilly or something. We live in the valley, but there's parts of it that's kind of hilly. And my dentist lives down this hill. You have to go down, and then you have to turn a real sharp curve, then you got to turn another real sharp curve, and then you go right straight down. Well, I knew doggone well that no way could I maneuver those curves down to his office and then go on for a little piece. No way could I, and if I got down there, there's no way in the heck could I ever drive and get out. And in my condition, there's no way I could park up on the street and walk down as far as it was down through there. There's no way I could walk either. So anyway, I called up. And the dentist was supposed to be open by 8. I called at 8:30 because my appointment was at 11 or so. And I called and I told them, and they didn't even answer the phone. I don't believe there was a soul in there, but I told them, I said, but due to the ice and snow, I will be unable to come to your, to get my tooth done right now. If you will call me at your convenience and tell me what time I can come over, make another appointment. So they made it, and here they made it for the 8th of January. And I went, and the swelling and everything was all down on it. But anyway, the tooth, when you tapped it, and it was still a little bit loose. So anyway, the dentist says, well, it does. But then he said that he could do a root canal. Well, now listen. I had a root canal done on a tooth here years and years ago, and it took me about 6 or 7 visits, and it cost me an umpteen lots of money, and within a year the tooth had to come out anyway. So all of that time, that energy, and everything I put into that tooth, and money on top of it, I still had to lose it. And that was a top tooth for a top. So I looked at him and I said, first of all, can you guarantee me that after we do a root canal? And they can't guarantee you that. They know good and well when a tooth is dead. They can do one, but it's no guarantee that it's going to save the tooth. Because I know a sister of mine had one done and did the same thing with me, and she still lost the tooth. And right now, kiddies, I don't have much energy or very much strength. You may not can tell it, but I don't have, and I don't have the money and I don't have insurance to get for to have anything done much to my teeth. So what do? I can't put no 1,500 or so into that tooth, because you see, the thing of it is, that tooth was bothering me here about a year or so, about a year and a half ago, and he come and he said there was a chip off the top of it, and that all the tooth needed was filled. And he filled that tooth, and with the x-rays and the filling and everything of that tooth, it cost me over $200 and some, $260 some. So I already had that much into that tooth. Oh, I got to spend another time or effort into another tooth. So anyway, he said something about doing a bonding, so I don't know what that is about. And but anyway, I'll find out one of these days, because I go back in March to have my teeth cleaned. So anyway, that was my big story. I know it's a boring story, but if you see when I'm talking, you can see where the tooth is out. So I'm old snaggletooth now, on top of everything else. So anyway, that's my boring story. And not only that, but we did order our veggie seeds and everything. We didn't order them all, and it cost us $60 for what we got. But I am ready now. I guess by the end of the month we'll be starting to plant our tomatoes and stuff for the garden this year. So I guess we're going to try and do another garden, because my husband has sat down and said, let's order our seeds. So I did. So that's what we've done in the last week. And then I already told you about us going over for the Elvis's birthday bash, and that was fun. So I guess I'll call it quits today and tell you until another time. But I know this has been a very boring story, but this is what's going on with me. So hope you have a nice day, and I love you all. Goodbye now.